Hi, welcome back to class. And this week we're on Module 15, so we're getting towards the end of our semester. And I hope you're enjoying the class and enjoyed the textbook. This is one of the few textbooks that I've seen that we can get through in a 16-week class. And I think it provides a different take on political science and American government than you normally get. So one of my main goals in teaching this class is not to have this class be a rehash of what you had in high school American government. So I hope I succeeded in that. So this week we're going to wrap up the book. So we're going to finish the final chapter of the textbook. So you're going to respond to the Module 14 discussion that we're having on feminism. And I hope you enjoyed that part so far. That's something that we just added this semester to the class. So I typically went into political psychology, a little bit of psychology of political science, but I wanted to tie this together with something we're seeing today. So we had, the beginning of this year, we had the Women's March, which was the largest mass demonstration in history of the planet. And a lot of political scientists, including myself, are very sure that there's going to be some interesting changes that take place due to a re-spark in the women's movement, which is great. So we're seeing more female candidates running for office on the local level, on the state level, and we'll see next year how many more are going for the federal level. And I certainly hope a lot more. We're also seeing some interesting developments with some other social movements that spurred off of that. So right now we're seeing the Me Too campaign going, which is interesting to look at. It's there's right now people are willing to challenge others who may have abused them in the past, and so they're able to come out and speak forward about that. And again, it's a great thing to watch this unfold. Hopefully it builds momentum, and there's a lot less tolerance for the kind of behavior that people are speaking out against. So I thought it was important to add this to this class. And also, the feminist movement is one that if I bring up a social movement and I ask a face-to-face class, how many people understand what the feminist movement is about or was about, very few people can answer. Just a lot of students have a caricature in their head of what they think the feminist movement is, and usually they're wrong. So this is an opportunity to actually learn about a very large social movement that went back for a very long time. And like many other successful social movements, it has went through changes and went through different focuses and ideas of what needs to be done. But there's been a very interesting response, and it's something that is great to study. And I'd like to point the argument out that men have a lot to benefit from the insights of the feminist movement. In particular, one thing I notice is it's probably a smart idea for men to not try to be in control of everything at all times and share in handling problems and going through life. I also teach a sociology class, an intro to social class, and a social problems class. And one of the insights in the textbook for social problems is that the feminist movement points to a lot of the problems that men suffer, a lot of the chronic issues they face with their health and their life, may be due to the fact that they're always trying to control everything around them. So I always found that as an interesting note in that textbook. And again, it's something that guys in particular can really benefit from understanding and pushing for equality across the board. So I want you to go ahead and discuss that, and from what I've read, a lot of you have enjoyed reading that. So to some of you, it's not any new information, but I want you to be patient, understand that there's a lot of students who are still learning about what this is, and I want this class, just like my face-to-face class, to grow together and be able to learn from each other and teach each other. So if there's more insight you have, please feel free to add it to the discussion. I would welcome that. And so we'll move on through that. Then I want you to read the 12th chapter of the textbook. It's a short chapter, and we're going to take the chapter 12 quiz and then move on to the module 15 discussion. This discussion is getting to a main point of the textbook. So it's so here's the question here. So I want you just to go ahead and answer this. Make sure your answer is at least 3 paragraphs long. I notice as we're getting through the semester, some of you are getting you're putting less effort into what you put down. So I want you to really think about this and reflect and have a 3-paragraph answer. Have it well thought out. I'm not having you do that much this week, and part of the reason is I want to get you back on track and have you end the semester strong. So don't take the efficient answer and try to answer this in one sentence. That's not acceptable. Again, this needs to be at least 3 paragraphs long. So we'll finish up this section here, and next week we're not done. We're going to tie together some different concepts from the class and see what kind of discussion we can get rolling then, and there will be a quiz that's not related to the textbook. So if you have any questions, make sure you get back to me. Like I said, we're ending the semester really soon, so if your letters to the editor have not been published, get them published. Right now I think I'm sitting at 6 students between both of my classes that have published letters. If your letter hasn't been published, if your letter's been published but not put online, so I did have a student have a letter that was published in a newspaper and it wasn't put online. I think if it's put on a Sunday, that's one case that can happen. And if that happens, just take a picture of the article. I'll try to make it a good copy so I can have everybody else be able to read it and send it to me. This is really fun. It feels good to have your letter published, and I really encourage every single person in this class to do it. And again, I will hand out extra credit points for doing so. So please take advantage of this. It's nice to see, and it's, I think, a great way to end the semester out. If you have any questions, get back to me, and I will be able to answer them for you. Have a good week.